I have finished another one. All right, third in a row. Well, I've read them before, so it's not a first, but I'm reading them, going through. So this is notes from my August 2026 reading of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Today is Friday, 14 August 2026 AD. I'm Tanis Sheeher, Hers of Seattle, and here I, Tanis Sheeher, Hers of Seattle, talk through my book and reading notes for my August 2026 reading of a book about a young male wizard who attends a particular magic school for a third year in a row. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Illustrations by Mary GrandPré. October 1999, First American Scholastic Press edition, hardcover. ISBN in the video description. This is my own personal copy that I did get back in 1999. I finished it before the year 2000. The same copy. I started the book on Monday, 10 August 2026, and finished the book on Friday, 14 November 2026. It's 435 pages. It took me 5 days of reading. I read 50 pages Monday, 10 August, 90 pages Tuesday, 11 August, 65 pages Wednesday, 12 August, 120 pages Thursday, 13 August, 110 pages Friday, 14 August, today, the day I'm filming this video. And I did read out loud a little bit for this one. I read out loud to Kona Dog one day, and he was an attentive listener. He got very cozy. He really liked it. So, what is Azkaban? Azkaban is an island setting type prison. Kind of like invokes a little bit of imagery of, like, if you've ever heard of Alcatraz, United States of America Penitentiary, Alcatraz. So it's where, like, really high profile, big deal prisoners are kept, and including an island setting, kind of like Alcatraz. But that one was a real prison. This is a work of fiction. So a prisoner, Sirius Black, escapes, and no one escapes. Okay, as that high level of prison, that kind of prison, and is on the loose and finds his way to the school/castle, Hogwarts. So the magic school is Hogwarts. Along with his escape, the guardians of the prison/seekers of the prisoner, Dementors, enter the story. He enters the story and clears up some of his history. He is the godfather of Harry Potter and knew Harry's parents before they were killed by Tom Riddle/Voldemort. Another note, mostly the same friends and teachers, a continuation from books 1 and 2, except the defense against the dark arts teacher is new yet again, third year in a row. Also, Hagrid gets to teach about magical creatures. The defense portion becomes practical for Harry Potter, including one-on-one with Professor Time to learn to fight off the Dementors. More structure and detail is included for exams for the different courses/topics. The sport of Quidditch makes the story. It kind of like starts to like increase in terms of like detail of actual like action scenes and like how the sport is played and how it can vary for different positions. It just becomes more technical in that sense, and then it also, like, there's a structure there, and so the house that Harry Potter competes for, there's 4 houses in this magic school that they kind of live with in 4 different houses, and so they live and learn there. And so Harry Potter plays for one, and so there's a cup, like if you've ever heard of like a World Cup structure, and so there's a cup for the school, and then towards the end they bring up an actual like a World Cup outside the school. So the sport of Quidditch makes the story. The sport gets harder for Harry Potter when he starts having to rely more on his own abilities and less on having an advanced, technologically superior broomstick. This includes reading up on different broomsticks and learning to wait when his new top-of-the-line broomstick is taken for inspection. A cup and title-winning match sequence is included, as I kind of mentioned. Yeah, so he does end up, what I'd say, thus far through the 3 books, it's really, he always has the, newest, most cutting-edge broomstick, and so there's a little bit of, like, he like, I just put it bluntly, he could be, like, the worst player on the field. He has a good broomstick, so he can win. It's just faster than everybody else, right? So, that kind of thing. All right, next note. As third-year students, the concept of fun balancing schoolwork is introduced in the form of students getting to go to a nearby place with shops and restaurants if their permission slip is signed. Work hard, play hard kind of thing. And then last note, Tom Riddle, Voldemort, makes the plot again, this time in a he shall rise again sense. So if this character is based on me, did J.K. Rowling predict my graduate school fall? Shall I rise again? For context, this book was published in 1999. I started graduate school in 2015 and quit with no degree in 2019. In addition to this book addresses the concept of his followers, Tom Riddle / Voldemort, still being alive even without him present. He has a legacy of sorts, including living persons. So there's kind of like, well, you know, he's gone, but he will rise again, but he's like come back in different forms already. And he has these like followers and they're living persons. So like, you might want to take that, you know, prediction seriously, because the followers are still around. You know, in theory, could they be enlisted? That it doesn't go into that, but like connecting those dots, like, might want to take it seriously, even though it's a loony professor, you know. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's about the same as when I was growing up. The previous book I gave 3 out of 5, but said it was better as an adult. So this is 3 out of 5 and about the same as when I was growing up. So it's about the same as an adult. And I'll link to the previous 2. So I did July / August reading of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, book 1. And then August 2026 reading of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, book 2.